Okay, Friday night blitz tonight.
Yeah.
Would you call it a soft open last night? Because there was the most amount of games ever on a Thursday night.
Oh yeah, definitely. There was a lot going on, but you could call it the soft open to the official start of Friday Night Lights.
10:35 tonight, yes?
Yeah, right after the 10 p.m. We've got Chris and Brandon doing the very first sports blitz of the year. Right now, 77 here in Corpus Christi, so not too bad outside right now. It is a little bit warm and muggy, but we don't have any areas of really dense fog or anything like we did yesterday, thankfully, so you should be good to go on your way out the door. 93 by lunchtime and lower 90s around the rest of the coastal bend. Then into this afternoon, a very similar forecast to yesterday, high of 98, but we will see the chance for a spot shower. I think most people stay dry though, so you shouldn't have to be clinging to your umbrella. And then our coastal counties do have a heat advisory from noon until 7 because they've got the heat and the humidity. That advisory does not include the islands though. Into Friday Night Lights, we kick off at 91 and end in the upper 80s by the time you're heading home at the end of the fourth quarter. Tomorrow, a very similar forecast, just with the same kind of thing going on. We don't have any heat advisories issued for tomorrow yet, but a very similar temperature and chance for a spot shower as we're seeing more moisture coming in from the Gulf of Mexico. So temperatures over the weekend going to continue to rise from 98 up to the potential triple digits on Sunday. So very hot and very humid. That means feels like temperatures going to continue to stay very hot, if not at heat advisory criteria for the entire coming next week, with potentially even hotter temperatures on Monday. That is all thanks to high pressure coming in and moving about the the southern and southwestern United States. So as long as we're on this side of that high, we are pretty much guaranteed to stay hot. Then we look down towards the Yucatan Peninsula by early next week with a potential tropical disturbance, and I'll show you the percent chance on that in just a bit. But we're not concerned about it because we've got that high pressure moving over, which allows this front to slip into Texas, but don't get too excited. It's probably going to stall. And even if it were to come down to Corpus Christi, we wouldn't be seeing much relief from our hot temperatures. So that is going to bring us a slight rain chance, scattered at best, early next week. But this low pressure here and a high pressure behind me is essentially going to force this tropical disturbance back out to the Atlantic. So not of concern for us. We're just going to see a chance for rain increasing into early next week. So here's a look at the Atlantic right now. Very, very busy with a couple tropical waves and Tropical Storm Franklin. Low chance of development on this over the next 2 days. High chance of development over the next 7 days. So again, something to watch, not necessarily worry about for us. It's again forecast to go over towards the eastern Gulf. 98 for us here today with feels like temperatures in the 100s. So very hot. Make sure you're staying hydrated and taking all those heat safety precautions. And then for Friday Night Lights, again, hot to start and pretty warm to finish. So make sure you've got your bug spray handy from all the humidity and the rainfall from earlier this week. Those mosquitoes are definitely going to be out and about. John Thomas, Lexus.